Every November, film nerds like me go broke in the name of art. That's because something magical happens, and that is the Barnes & Noble Criterion Collection 50% off sale that goes all the way through Thanksgiving. It's basically a month-long Black Friday for people who alphabetize their Blu-rays and 4Ks. But here's the thing. A lot of casual movie fans look at Criterion and think, isn't that just the artsy black and white old stuff that nobody watches? Well, not anymore. That is not true. There are a lot of mainstream, crowd-pleasing movies in the Criterion Collection. So today, I am breaking down the 15 best Criterion Collection movies that are guaranteed to turn any movie lover into a Criterion fan. So whether you're shopping for that movie lover friend of yours, a friend stuck in the Marvel Cinematic Vortex, or just looking to treat yourself to a little Thanksgiving November sale season, here is your Criterion Collection buyer's guide with the 15 best. So pop that tape in, I got you, let's go do this. Alright, so the 15 best Criterion Collection movies, these are must-owns, must-buys that are great for any fan of movies on your Christmas list or just to add to your own Criterion Collection. And we're starting at number 15 with 2001's The Others. This is a spooky one to get us started, and it is one of the most elegant ghost stories ever told. Nicole Kidman trapped in a fog-drenched mansion where the real nightmare might not be the ghosts at all. But Criterion's 4K here brings every candlelit shadow to life. It's classy, haunting, and the perfect post-Halloween ghost story for your long Thanksgiving weekend. The Others, good any time of the year, a must-own in the collection. Introduce those horror fans to a little Criterion. It comes in at number 15. All right, coming in at number 14, we get a little more classic with 1959's Some Like It Hot. Now, I'm a big Marilyn Monroe fan. She kind of stands the pop culture test of time, so it is an easily relatable, identifiable lead character in this film. You've got Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, comedy perfection here, done by Billy Wilder behind the scenes. Two musicians are on the run from the mob, and they disguise themselves as women and join an all-girl band, and chaos and genius ensue. I love this movie. I have the movie poster in my dining room. Criterion's 4K edition is crisp, it's hilarious, and proof that classics can still hold up 60 years later. This is one of those black and white films that still feels very fresh and a good way to bring in new people to the Criterion Collection. Some Like It Hot, Marilyn Monroe, coming in at 14. Now, next on the list, I should say these are not really necessarily ranked. It's just 15 recommendations, and the numbers are placeholders, although I will say that number one is probably number one without question. But here at number 13, we have 1981's Thief. Now, this is Michael Mann's neon-lit, really neo-noir film that's like the godfather of crime movies in a way, if you want to say it like that. James Caan plays a safecracker trying to escape the underworld, and he gets drawn back into that life. You got Tangerine Dream's score here, the sound, the Chicago night neon vibes, wet pavement, all that stuff. The 4K transfer on this is really great. Give this to your dad who will not stop quoting Heat, or anybody that's into noir, neo-noir, or good old school crime movies. Michael Mann's Thief comes in at 13. Now at number 12, we have another one in that category. It's 1981's Blowout. And this is one of my favorite Brian DePalma films, though not my favorite, because my favorite of his is actually not in the Criterion Collection. But this one is a great neo-noir film, and it's really DePalma at his best. You have John Travolta, who plays a movie sound technician who accidentally records a murder by recording ambient sound for a film, and he picks it up. So you get part conspiracy thriller, part tragedy, and a lot of cinematic style. It brings cinema into cinema. Movies about movie stuff always gets me. This one is packed with extra features here, including a DePalma commentary. It'll make you appreciate how meticulous everything was with him behind the camera. Blowout, definitely one to pick up for yourself or someone else. A must own. It comes in at 12. Now, number 11 is one that if you want to convert someone to a Criterion fan and a David Lynch fan, this is where you start. It's 2001's Mulholland Drive. This is the way. It is dreams, Hollywood, nightmares, a little horror, a little noir, kind of inspired by Sunset Boulevard, and it's one of the most talked about films ever made. The 4K restoration here is stunning. It's like stepping inside a nightmare you cannot wake up from, all inside the veneer of Hollywood glamour. Give this one to like your film school buddy or your film school dropout or someone who always wanted to go to film school and they won't stop talking about film. This is the one, but it's still a crowd pleaser. Mulholland Drive comes in at number 11. Now, at number 10 is my absolute favorite David Cronenberg film. It's 1983's Videodrome. Yes, more than The Fly. I'm a Videodrome guy, and this one is very accessible as horror with a social commentary. James Woods, who I love as an actor. You've got that body horror and conspiracies with media paranoia, and it has never looked so good as it does on this 4K. Sci-fi nightmare about TV addiction and technology. Feels very weirdly prophetic here in 2025. It's gross, brilliant, sexy, disturbing, loaded with extras, all about the practical effects in this movie, which are out of this world. Long live the new flesh. Give this one to your horror fan, your conspiracy theory buddy, but give it to yourself in the Criterion Collection. Videodrome comes in at number 10. Now, at number 9, we got to go with a classic, 1968's Night of the Living Dead. This one was shot for pennies, and it basically invented the modern zombie genre as we know it. It's got its social commentary that was kind of heaped on it later, but this horror movie has a gut punch of an ending, and it has just kind of foundational roots for so much stuff that we do in horror. Restored frame by frame in here by Romero before he passed. Perfect for the friend who thinks they've seen every zombie movie but haven't seen it like this. Night of the Living Dead, a foundational must-own classic. It comes in at number 9. Now, at number 8, we have 1991's Thelma and Louise. Part road movie, part tragedy. Gina Davis, Susan Sarandon deliver basically career-defining performances in this movie with Ridley Scott's direction. And he basically turns the desert into like mythic cinema of itself. Criterion's extras dive deep into its impact on Hollywood, all that kind of stuff. The movie still hits hard. One of those just kind of a must-own in the collection. Thelma and Louise comes in at number 8. Now, at number 7 is one that admittedly is not my favorite. I actually blind bought it in the Criterion Collection because of all the media buzz. And it's not really for me. I don't see the big fuss over it, but it is proof to the younger generation, younger film fans, that Criterion's not just about old, moldy, oldie type movies. It is 2024's Anora by Sean Baker, which is kind of an A24 adjacent feeling film, and it's already in the Criterion Collection. And this, you're talking about a brand new movie, indie level, that gets all this Oscar buzz, and it's about a Brooklyn stripper who marries a Russian stupid kid billionaire, and that sparks an international meltdown. It's funny, it's raw. For me, it's largely overacted and nowhere near as good as everyone makes it out to be. But it is a big reminder that Criterion appeals to not just those old movies, but the new cutting edge stuff, and still champions fresh, independent cinema for the younger generation. Anora, grab it on 4K in the Criterion collection. It comes in at number 7. Now at number 6, we go to a 1990s movie that feels like a 1980s movie that's supposed to be a 1970s movie, and that is 1993's Dazed and Confused. Richard Linklater's stoner classic, all right. No plot, really, just vibes. I'm all about that. It takes place on the last day of school in 1976. It's nostalgia that you can feel in your bones. Criterion's release is loaded with extras and 70s soundtrack love here. A perfect gift for anyone who grew up in the 80s or 90s on mixtapes, muscle cars, and has all that nostalgia. A must-own in the collection. Dazed and Confused comes in at number 6. Now at number 5, we go to what may be the most universally loved film in all of the Criterion collection. That is 1987's The Princess Bride. In this beautiful little book digipack here, a romance, swashbuckling adventure comedy, and Andre the Giant. What else could you need except for maybe a peanut? It's a movie you can watch with your mom, your kids, your roommate who only likes Marvel. Anybody will like this movie. It's the definition of a perfect Christmas gift. It's inconceivable to leave off of this list. The Princess Bride comes in at number 5. Now, at number 4, we go to 1988 and one of the best and maybe smartest baseball movies ever made. It's 1988's Bull Durham. This one is a baseball movie, but it is really more about love and success and failure and the game of life itself. Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins all star with a love and baseball triangle out here. And Criterion, even with just the Blu-ray right now, makes this thing glow. The Blu-ray looks great. This is a perfect gift for anyone who grew up on not only 80s movies, but loves sports movies. Anybody who thinks sports movies can't be sexy, this one will surprise them. Bull Durham, just a classic, must own. It comes in at number 4. Lots of mainstream appeal, Bull Durham. Now, when we talk mainstream appeal that can pull people into the Criterion collection, make great gifts, must-own purchases, all that stuff, these top 3 are in a class by themselves, starting with number 3 in 1983's Risky Business. Yes, Tom Cruise dancing in his underwear, but also lots of satire here on capitalism that may not have the message that a lot of people think it does to it. Lots of suburban anxiety. Tom Cruise plays a teen who accidentally turns his house into a high-end brothel. It is the most 80s thing ever. It all works out for him in the end with that capitalism. Criterion's edition gives this thing the prestige treatment it deserves. I have said many times, as someone who works in film myself, this might be the best looking 4K in the Criterion collection and a great must-own mainstream movie that can pull anyone in. Risky Business comes in at number 3. Now at number 2, we go to 1982's Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Amy Heckerling behind the wheel on this, and it's kind of the blueprint for a lot of teen comedies that came after it that still continue to this day, though they don't push the boundaries the way this one did and most 80s comedies did. Sean Penn's Spicoli is famous. Phoebe Cates' pool scene is absolute iconic cinema to this day. Cameron Crowe's honest, realistic writing about awkward youth in high school, it's all here. The extras are fantastic on this. Cast interviews, behind-the-scenes stuff make it even better. It's a must-own for any 80s kid or any 80s kid at heart. A big one to pull people into the collection. Grab it this holiday season. Fast Times at Ridgemont High comes in at number 2. And that just leaves one, and there really was no question when I sat down to make this list. Now, I have the Blu-ray, but the 4K is just released this month as I record this, November 2025, for the big 50% off Barnes & Noble sale for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas present. This is the one to pull everybody in and unify them. It is 1985's The Breakfast Club. 5 teenagers have detention and find out that they have a lot more in common than they thought. Simple, universal, the truths hit hard today. I'm a Gen Xer. This is Gen X all the way. Criterion's remaster here is beautiful. I can't wait to get the 4K myself. The extras highlight John Hughes and how he defined a generation with this movie. It's a perfect song for in this movie that everybody knows, Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds, because Gen X is often the overlooked, forgotten generation between the boomer generation and the Gen Z and millennials that fight each other. Don't you forget about us, Gen X. There's like 65 million of us, that's all. But this movie captures that cynicism mixed with hope in everything that we had. If you want to start someone's Criterion Collection journey, start right here with John Hughes and The Breakfast Club. It comes in at number 1. So there you have it, 15 awesome Criterion films that prove that you do not need a film degree or be a hardcore cinephile to enjoy great cinema. These movies are fun, accessible, and they are half off during Barnes & Noble's 50% off November sale. It runs through Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and the early Christmas holidays. So buy one for a friend, buy one for yourself, because streaming is temporary, but Criterion and good cinema is forever. And that's what I got for you this time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If you enjoy what we do here, it's a little different kind of list today, but we do all kinds of lists, deep dive nostalgic documentaries into pop culture and films and holidays and all the stuff that means so much to us. We do it all here because I love it all and I love sharing it with you. If you want to help support what we do here a little more, you can join my Patreon. The link is below. You'll get your name and lights on every single video, behind the scenes looks at my filmmaking, special members only videos, and so much more, and everything goes back into the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So much Thanksgiving, holiday season, Christmas movie, Christmas season, holiday season content coming up. Be here to enjoy it all with me, and I look forward to sharing it with you. But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.